Here we are on day 3, and today the motivational principle of the 5 motivational principles of discipleship and followership are: number 3 is know your pain. Knowing the individual's pain, even though we already spoke about know their name and know what their passions are, once they share that personal story with you, what we discussed in day 2, once they start to build that trust and they share their personal story, that gives you the understanding about their pain, maybe what they've gone through, right? There's a point where when I was growing up in my life that I didn't feel as though I was worth a lot, right? I dealt with a significant amount of struggle. I dealt with a significant amount of insecurity and low self-esteem because of how I grew up in this broken home. And there's a lot more in depth with that, I'll share a little bit today, right? There was a little bit more in depth with alcoholism and watching my family just deteriorate in a very short amount of time. So knowing someone's pain will help you in seeing the value of that individual and going beyond the small talk and addressing their needs. As you go beyond the small talk and address their needs, you will see that we as individuals have this desire. We have a desire to want to be understood. At least I do. So knowing their pain and understanding the how to be empathetic towards that will help that individual know that you're there for them, that you are willing to just listen to them, lend that ear, and address what needs are to be met during that period of time. It's kind of like just I have children, right? And when my kids are feeling some sort of way, I need to address what they're currently struggling with, whether it be bullying at school or simply falling down and skinning a knee. Understanding that pain is real and meeting the need that's necessary at that time will help individuals just want to be there with you and give you the ability to just help reestablish and encourage growth within themselves. Pain is to be a skilled listener, hear what's missing, and ask important questions. I'll ask this. If I told you that I had a really rough day yesterday and I'm struggling today, would you just walk by me? As a leader, would you just walk by me? Even as a follower, would you just walk by me? Because there are times where there are members out there or individuals out there, including myself, where I just didn't want to. I put on a smile for the day, and I just kind of just let things go. But there were other times where people actually came up to me and said, "Listen, man, I'm struggling. Eric, I'm having a really hard time today," and I would just listen, simply listen. That's all you need to do. You don't need to always put your 2 cents in unless they ask. I serve right now in a role as an advisor, right? I deal with right now I'm a diversity, inclusion, equal opportunity advisor, and I'm just here to listen. I'm also here to teach and train individuals on what diversity and inclusion is. But when there are issues that come up and people that want to share a story with me or share some insight, I just listen. And I may ask, hey, do you want my advice? Or are you looking for an answer? Are you looking for what steps to take? But that also comes down to asking the important questions, right? If I'm just sitting here and I don't ask questions if I'm listening, and they just vent out a whole bunch of stuff, and it sounds as though they may go hurt themselves or they're going to go hurt somebody else. If I don't ask those questions, which are important, did I do what was right? Right? As a leader, we need to make sure that we're always doing what is right. Even though it may look silly or it may sound silly, or even if it's not popular or if it's hard, we need to have that courage, and we need to make sure that we're asking those simple, important questions, because not every important question has to be difficult. Knowing that listening is probably the most valuable skill that you can possess. Even when we feel ashamed or these critical details may be too painful or embarrassing to recall or remember or share, I just would say and encourage individuals out there to just really listen to what the individuals are saying or what members are saying about what happened, what occurred. Even take notes if you have to take notes, right? Just take notes. We also need to be willing to accept the differences without being judgmental or critical to those differences. Be unbiased, right? Be objective. Don't be subjective. Don't, I like the color red. You know what I mean? I like the color green. Does that make me any different? No, there are people out there that like those colors, right? But if I like those things and I'm moving forward with overcoming a lot of challenge, and then you just bring that back saying, no, that's silly, or that's dumb, or that doesn't sound right, or that's irrelevant, it doesn't matter. Though it may be irrelevant in the moment, but I'm struggling, don't be judgmental then, right? Or critical during that time. Let that time pass. Let that moment pass. There are times where you be in the heat of the fire and you just want to fight it out. But right then, especially when tensions are high, that might be the time to say, let's table this and let's come back to it another time. 5 minutes, 3 minutes, doesn't matter. Right then may not be the perfect time to actually go at it and be judgmental. And during that period of especially when the pain levels are high or the tension is high. We're not all alike, so we must respect each other of what's within one another. So you are who you are. I am who I am. I'm just going to accept you for what that is, whatever that looks like. We all have different beliefs and values and morals. I understand that. But in the workplace, in the work environment, when it comes to leadership and individuals following you because that's what you do, that's what you are at that moment, if I'm a leader and you may not believe in some of my own personal values, am I steering you on the right course when it comes professionally? Right? When it comes to professionally. We're going to talk about friendships and where those roles fall in further on this week. But right now, today, remember that we're not all alike and that we must respect each other for who we are as individuals. All right? So today, it's all about knowing the individual's pain, address their needs, be a good listener, be willing to accept the differences, don't be judgmental, right? And respect one another within each other's boundaries about what they're doing. Remember, Overcome HQ, lead, inspire, and drive people on a daily basis. My name's Eric. Come on back tomorrow for motivational principle number 4, and we're going to share this, and we're going to knock the rest of this week out. All right? Have a good day.